Don't wait for motivation to start. Start to create motivation. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're tackling a huge topic. Something I think we all struggle with. Motivation. How many times have you told yourself, I'll start when I feel motivated. I'll start that project. I'll go to the gym. I'll learn that new skill as soon as I feel that spark of inspiration. But what if I told you we've been looking at it all wrong?
What if motivation isn't something you wait for, but something you create?
This is a game-changing idea that completely flipped my perspective on productivity and achieving goals. For years, I was stuck in a cycle. I'd have a big goal, get all excited, and then nothing. The initial excitement would fade, and I'd just sit there, waiting for that feeling to come back. I'd scroll through social media, watch motivational videos, read inspiring quotes, anything to try and find that lost spark. Sometimes it worked for a little while, but it was never sustainable. The truth is, waiting for motivation is a trap. It puts you in a passive role, making your success dependent on a fleeting emotion. Think about it. Motivation is a feeling, an emotion. And like all emotions, it's unreliable. It comes and goes. You don't wait to feel happy before you do something that makes you happy, right? You do the thing, and the happiness follows. It's the same with motivation. The common belief is that motivation leads to action, which then leads to results. But the real scientifically backed model looks more like this. Action leads to small results, which then sparks motivation, which then fuels more action. It's a cycle, a positive feedback loop. But the key is that it all starts with action. So, how do we break free from the trap of waiting and start creating our own motivation? The secret is to start small. Ridiculously small. So small that it feels almost silly. This is what Stanford professor B.J. Fogg calls tiny habits. The idea is to lower the barrier to entry so much that you can't possibly say no. Let's say you want to start exercising regularly. The big goal is to go to the gym for an hour, 5 days a week. That feels massive, especially on a day when you have zero energy. So, instead of waiting for the motivation to do a full workout, what's the smallest possible action you can take? Maybe it's just putting on your workout clothes. That's it. You don't have to go to the gym. You don't even have to leave the house. Just put on the clothes. What often happens is that once you've taken that tiny first step, the next step doesn't seem so hard. Okay, I've got my gear on. Maybe I can do a few stretches. After the stretches, maybe a quick 10-minute walk. You see how it builds? You took action, created a tiny bit of momentum, and that momentum started generating motivation. This applies to anything. Want to write a book? Don't wait for the perfect muse to strike. Your tiny action is to open your laptop and write one single sentence. Just one. Anyone can write one sentence. Want to learn a new language? Don't aim for an hour of study. Aim for opening the app and completing one single lesson that takes 2 minutes. The point isn't to make massive progress in one day. The point is to show up. The act of showing up, of taking that first tiny step, is a vote for the person you want to become. And every time you cast that vote, you build a little bit of evidence that you are that person. You're not just waiting to be a writer. You are a writer because you wrote today. This brings me to another crucial point. The power of consistency over intensity. We often think we need these heroic, intense bursts of effort to achieve anything meaningful. We try to overhaul our entire lives overnight, go all in, and then burn out within a week. But true, lasting change comes from small, consistent actions repeated over time. It's the compound effect. Doing a 15-minute workout every day is infinitely more effective than doing a 3-hour workout once a month. Writing 100 words a day will get you a finished novel much faster than waiting for that one weekend where you plan to write 20,000 words but never do. The action itself generates the feeling. When you finish that tiny task, you get a small sense of accomplishment. Your brain releases a little bit of dopamine, the feel-good chemical. It says, hey, We did a thing! That felt good. Let's do it again. This is you, actively manufacturing your own motivation. You are no longer at the mercy of your moods. You are in the driver's seat. Let's talk about the 2-minute rule, popularized by author James Clear in his book, Atomic Habits. The rule is simple. When you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. Read before bed each night becomes read 1 page, do 30 minutes of yoga becomes take up my yoga mat. The idea is to master the art of showing up. You have to standardize before you can optimize. You can't improve a habit that doesn't exist. Once you've mastered the art of showing up for 2 minutes, you can start to improve it. You'll find that once you've started doing the right thing, it's much easier to continue doing it. So, what does this look like in practice? Let's create a plan. First, pick one goal you've been putting off. Just one. Don't try to change everything at once. Second, break it down. What is the absolute smallest, easiest first step you can take? The 2-minute version of that goal. Want to clean your messy apartment? Don't think about cleaning the whole place. Your first step is to pick up one piece of trash and put it in the bin. That's it. Third, schedule it. Don't just say, I'll do it later. Put it in your calendar. 8 a.m., put on running shoes. Treat it like an important appointment. And fourth, and this is important, celebrate the small win. When you complete your tiny action, acknowledge it. Give yourself a mental high five.
Say good job out loud. This reinforces the positive feedback loop.
It tells your brain that this action is rewarding and worth repeating. You're not celebrating the massive outcome. You're celebrating the fact that you showed up. You're celebrating the consistency. Over time, these tiny actions build on each other. That one sentence you wrote becomes a paragraph, then a page, then a chapter. That 2-minute walk becomes a 10-minute jog, then a 30-minute run. You won't even notice the transition because it will feel natural. You're not forcing it. You're letting the motivation you've built carry you forward. The biggest lie we tell ourselves is that we need to feel good to get going. The truth is, we need to get going to feel good. Action is the antidote to overthinking. It's the cure for procrastination. It's the spark that ignites the fire of motivation. You don't find willpower. You build it, one tiny action at a time. So, I want to challenge you today. Stop waiting. Stop searching for that magical feeling. Choose one thing you've been putting off. Just one. And identify the smallest possible step you can take right now. Or, first thing tomorrow morning. A step so easy, it's impossible to fail. Then do it. And then do it again the next day. Build the chain. Create the momentum. Prove to yourself that you don't need to wait for motivation because you are perfectly capable of creating it. You have the power to start the engine yourself. You just have to turn the key. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments what tiny action you're going to start with. I'd love to hear about it. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos on building a better life. See you in the next one.